Hello guys, and welcome to a new WARNO video today by me, Vulcan. In this one, I have for you a 10 versus 10 on loop. And boy, am I excited to show you this one. It's the first time they're going to be showing you guys 10v10 in WARNO, and we have ourselves this big old map here called Loop. It's a pretty cool map. It's a little bit restricted by the river, but there is so much detail. If you actually just go zoomed in and have a look through this map, it's actually incredible. It's like all these towns with like different layouts, and the attention to detail is just incredible. You just follow a road the whole way through, you find like a little village community here with car park and roads and so on. And then you got another church in there, lovely little town there. Further up, we've got a little bit of an industrial complex, like some offices and stuff. Another small village. And then some, you know, farming stuff going on here. It's just so much. If you just, like, have a look around this map when you get a chance, if you guys are playing it, it's actually awesome. But yeah, today we're going to be playing with the 39th Guards Rifle Division. Got a little bit distracted there, having a look at all of the eye candy on the map. I will quickly go through the units that I'm going to be bringing in today. So we've got a couple of these Saperi. I've got two of those and also these two Iglas on both sides. The Saperi are going to be moving up aggressively towards these bridges to stop any enemy infantry from coming across. So usually at the moment on the NATO side, it's quite common to see military police with the M67s early on. And they will try and get them into advantageous positions, so coming across this bridge would be probably something they would try and do. So the Saperi, they're there basically to kill the military police at the beginning. Then I got the Iglas behind those to deal with helicopters, and then I have the BRDM Strela 1s there as well to help with that. Furthermore, I've got three of the Sturms. Now my plan with the Sturms was to kind of control the long range engagement. There's some quite open ground here that you can use HGMs on quite well. So the plan was to sneak them into these positions on the right hand side, so that if anything came across the bridge or was further away, I would be able to hit it, because the Sturms get some serious range. The first engagement here on the left hand side, John Connor coming in with his Mi-24Vs, shooting down two Black Hawks there, which was really nicely done. Good catch. I'm not sure my Iglas would have actually been able to shoot at them if they snuck around this left-hand side, because it would have been blocked by the trees. But the BRMs and the BRDMs that John Connor threw forwards did give us a little bit of information as to what was coming. It allowed me to kind of just chill. Honestly, there wasn't much to really worry about. I've got these Motostragi in here. These are again to control the ranged engagement against armor with the HGMs. Su-22's coming in. This Su-22 unfortunately going to go down. F-15 Eagle did come in to take that out, but two MiG-31s going to be coming in from Sturm source, and down goes the Eagle. So trading a bomber, one of those cheaper bombers for the Eagle early on, was actually really good. That Eagle just got a bit too deep into enemy territory. So yeah, I'm just going to be spreading out my Motostrike and Metis. They'll be moving as far to the edge as they can, so that I can get the like 1,400 meter range out of those, or 1,590 meter range out of those, to pop armored targets with that really juicy 26 penetration. I'm also going to try and get some BTR 60 PBs across this bridge. Unfortunately, I didn't unload that Saperi in time, but I am going to pull that one off the road in time, because obviously there's a tank in there that's shooting my units as they go up the road, and I do realise that. These Grenzers, they're going to be my recon. On this left-hand side, John Connor had already brought in the Razvedka there, but I'm going to be bringing in these Grenzers now and just kind of spreading them out across the sort of river, so that we can get as much information about what's on the other side as possible, so that eventually we can maybe try and make a push across. And I got a really nice kill there with the Motostrike Metis onto the Bradley. But yeah, while that's going on the left hand side, you know, there is everything going on elsewhere. It's crazy. There's a big old engagement going on here Archival getting attacked by Kruger. The T-64BV versus the M1A1 Abrams. And that tank's nicely hidden in the bush, but M1A1 getting some good shots in. It's currently 3-star vet, so T-64BV gonna have to back off from that engagement. There you go, another plane going down. Oh, I love watching these crash, it looks so cool. Another MiG-31 hanging about. So yeah, on the left-hand side, things are relatively quiet. I'm sending my transports back to be resupplied. John Connor's bringing in a couple of these Eugens. These Eugens are okay. They do a lot of damage for sure, but the thing is they're quite easy to react to. They don't really fire fast enough, so they are dodged quite easily. I did come under a bit of fire here, a bit of artillery fire. I believe it's from M109A2s is what I worked it out to be in the end. But yeah, moving the guns forwards. I did lose a BMP-1, but both the Motorstrike Metis are alive, so I'm still got pressure across the river here, as you can see, and we're still popping any vehicles that get a little bit too close. Have the Thunderbolt coming in. There is now new sort of sound notifications for when things are coming, so you could hear that like women say warning, and that's generally when a jet appears. So in this case the Thunderbolt and then the Alpha Jet. The Thunderbolt did kill the T-80 there, but I'm gonna lose the A-10 and the Alpha Jet goes down in a blaze of fire there. F4E Phantom 2 going to be engaging the MiG-31s, but that's going to manage to get away with it. Su-22 coming in there, doesn't drop its bombs and get shot down. Now I'm getting hit by that artillery. The Grunzers coming under fire was a bit unfortunate, but I do manage to get the kill onto the M1A1HA. And the wing of Falcons. Look at that. Very cool. I'm going to have to go back to base and get repaired. I think one of them took a hit there. The artillery was coming in constantly here, and I was forced to reply. So you can see that I have now brought in my Akatsaya. I did manage to kill a Kiowa as well. Yeah, the Kiowa, I snuck forwards with the Iglas and shot it down while it was hanging out over here. So far I've done really well. We've killed the M1A1HA, we shot down the Kiowa. I'm counter-battering the M109s. So we're kind of just preparing in general to get some units eventually across this bridge. And you can see that the M109 moved away, so I did eventually stop the Akatsaya from pushing, or from firing, sorry. And here we see the Eugens firing away. Everything looks so pretty in this game, it's actually incredible. One thing that's really cool about these is the rocket launcher on the back can actually swivel. So if it's on its side, then yeah, it still like fires in the right direction. Chopper out. Going to be having to go at the MI8 on this left-hand side. You can see all those missiles just flying past. I believe they crashed back here. Yeah, the missiles actually come down over here and blow up some of the trees. What did they ever do? Yeah, I'm going to be targeting the Chaparral there out in the open with the Akatsaya. Another M1A1 coming up. Going to be engaging that with a Metis. These Metis launchers are so good. They really are. The 26 damage just absolutely slaps. It really does. F111E coming in with cluster bombs. I don't know if you could see what was there, but maybe he thought it was like the Strelas or Osas. But the F111 actually ends up getting shot down by the MiG-31. So nice reaction by Sturmsource there, getting those kills onto the aircraft. And Bill's F-16s come in just a little bit too late. They do have the travel time, of course, before they come in. So super important that you think about that when you're trying to counter enemy aircraft. Nice infantry push coming in here. charging forwards into the Grenzers. Kaya weren't going to be taking out the T-80. Yeah, meanwhile on the left-hand side, things are pretty chill. Su-24Ms though, coming in with napalm. Look how cool that looks. Setting alight the right-hand side, leaving some burning water here as well. And I'm finally going to be bringing in my own Su-22M4. I'm really trying to just clean this out, because we killed both the tanks in here, which means I can probably get stuff across the bridge on this right-hand side. So I'm going to try getting the Saperi across. I'm still constantly trying to counter-battery the enemy on that side. But Su-22 going to be dropping the bombs into the smoke. Does take one hit, but manages to get away, flying nice and low. Means the AA can't respond, and again the F-16 is just a little bit late there. So BTR making a push in front of the Saperi. Going to be bumping into the M2A2 Bradley there. So, as I mentioned, we could probably get some stuff across now, but yeah, M2A2 Bradleys, there's more of them now. He managed to shoot down another Phantom. Igla does unfortunately get hit by some of the bombs from that. So I do lose one of the squads, but I'll lose an Igla squad for a plane kill any day. A T-64 going to be having a go at the M2A2s. And I've also got the Sturm firing away. You can see it's using that Kokon missile on the back there. That one flying off into the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we took out basically all of the M2A2s here. And with the help of the Yoda guns, we're doing a nice chunk of damage to any of this infantry as well. And the Mi-24s, of course. The nice thing about John Connor on this left-hand side is he was doing a great job of providing everything that I wasn't using. Like at the start, he brought Recon and he brought the Mi-24s. And those were both things that were extremely useful, and it allowed me to just like have what I wanted, which was the Mojostralki Metis and the Saperi. I do manage to get that one across even. My Su-24M cluster does come in, somehow managed to survive against the Eagle, which was insane. A-10 Thunderbolt comes in, I forced that back with some AA, and now some napalm coming in from the Phantom on the other side of the bridge, so that's going to cause some issues for my Saperi there. They're getting a bit hot. But I have still got a little foothold on that right-hand side. MiG-31's going for it again. Do have to be very careful. I believe that F-15 did go down, so that was a really good kill, but now the F-16's coming in. The MiG-31s are long gone. You can see our team is doing really well. We're already up to like 1,900 points. Like across the map, like Leonid isn't really being contested at all at the moment, so that's the main reason that we're getting the +3. And currently in 10v10, the points limit or the score to win is currently 2,500, which I don't really think is like enough. I think it would be nicer if the 10v10s lasted a bit longer. But this 10v10 does go on for a little while, and you'll see it change in a bit. I could say still firing away into the distance there. I'm taking out AA basically, so that we can be more liberal with the use of helicopters throughout the game, or at least it would help John Connor to do so. Yeah, just moving them after I fire. If you are playing WARNO, or Steel Division for that matter, and you're using self-propelled artillery, just always move it after you fire, because the last thing you want is for your artillery to be counter-batteried, and then the next time you go and select it, it's not there anymore. My Grenzers do get wiped out next to the bridge, which was unfortunate, but I do still have this one in position, which got pretty damn good line of sight, so I wasn't too worried about that. Meanwhile, elsewhere, see the engagements continue. The thing that always gets me with 10v10s is just like how big the scale is and how much different stuff is going on across the map at the same time. Like the F-111F coming in here with the bombs, getting shot at by all this AA and stuff. The AA doing a really bad job there. The F-111E probably could have got away, but came back round. And that also going down. Lovely crashes. So in the mid, you can see that the command that we had here was taken out, and we also lost control of Chariton completely, so, because they brought in the M60, so it's only to a +1 now. Right, so Purdy on the left hand side here does get taken out. The M1A1 does find those, and the Sapelli, they don't have any way to deal with an Abrams, so they just got to stand there and take it. But I'm slowly moving stuff across. John Connor's moving up his Mi-24s and providing some really nice help there. I take down another Phantom. I believe one of the Mi-24s hit it first with its air-to-air missile, and then my Iglas finished it off. So that was really good. We were getting the Metis across, the motor-striking Metis here. They are under a bit of artillery fire. But I'm moving the MP1s across as well, and my T-64, just mobilizing across the bridge, trying to grab myself a bridgehead. And I've moved up the Sturm now as well, as you can see, so that's going to be sneaking into the tree line here, and that will have really nice long range. The Sturm has a 2,827 meter range on its Kokon, which is really, really nice. On the right hand side, another bombing run coming in. Let's watch that. Oh, it always looks so awesome, but unfortunately not always effective, because you can see like a lot of the bombs land quite early on. T-64s trying to get the better of the mechanized rifles here. I did lose one of my most striking messes on the left hand side. Kind of unavoidable because of all this artillery coming in. We're going to lose, well, Phantom 2 going to get shot down there. My AA was doing fantastically well. I've also got these two Osas now as well, sitting back here in the field, ready to help me out if need be. This is Paddy pushing across, making a run across the bridge. And yeah, just trying to get a foothold here. I was in a bit of a weird spot because the Iglas didn't actually have many missiles left, so I was having to put a Euro across the bridge as well to resupply them. The SU-25 is hanging about, and the plan with this was to basically help me destroy any armor that was in my way, and you can see me manually moving that around. The idea being that if anything gets within the 3,300 meter range of the SU-25's HGM, it will automatically fire and be able to kill it, most likely. My 24 VP now coming in and taking out that unit. And the Chaparral on the left hand side there did, I think, shot down like an MI8 MTA. You see the M109s moving into that tree line, but I'm more concerned with taking out the Chaparral, whether my SU-25's more safe. And I've also got to get this supply across ASAP, because you can see my opponent is using the Tow Cobra and the Kiowa, and my SU-25 did come in there. It actually engaged an enemy aircraft, and therefore it got shot down. That's why it flew that far, because it kind of like automatically engaged. We did manage to take out the Chaparral though with the artillery, so that was good. Fighting Falcons are going to come over the top, and yeah, 2 go down, 3 go down, and 4 go down. All 4 of those Fighting Falcons just went a little too close to the sun. And we have a lot of AA on this left side, and I've even got my Iglas now resupplied, so they're going to be able to help us with these Tow Cobras and the Kiowa and so on. And there was also like the double Balusa from John Connor as well. That certainly helped us do a lot of damage. These Balusas at the moment, they are so strong. Like, they are really, really good. So just as long as they don't get killed by seed, they can definitely do a lot of work. The Iglas managing to get some shots off towards the tow cobras, but unfortunately kept missing. Managed to take down the Kiowa. Get another shot towards the tow cobra. There is one low, but check out what happened there. The Igla fired and it lost tracking on the cobra that was on the ground. And the Igla rocket hit the ground in front of the Igla squads and destroyed the squads. So my two Igla squads basically suicided. They killed themselves. It was rather unfortunate. Now the M109 there should have definitely backed off by now. It didn't, so it got clipped by the T64BV. I've now brought up a Mi-24V to help me out. These ones are really nice. I like these ones a lot. They come with the 122mm rockets and the 4 Kokon Ms. So they pin stuff very fast because of the high cohesion. Or sorry, they pin stuff very fast because of high caliber. So the cohesion goes down very fast. And then the Kokon can try and hit the mark after that. Do manage to hit that very nicely. Get a nice spray onto the Alpha Platter there, but they don't take any damage, unfortunately. Now on this left-hand side, most Cherokee messes are moving up with the Sapode. I've got my supply in here, M113 supply. This is the armored supply that I managed to capture from my opponent. You're all under fire from rocket artillery, but fortunately managed to survive. I was going to land this next to the Ural to get it resupplied. It's very risky for me to do this, but that's why I moved it to that location. The M13 here is great for me because I can get my Sapelli back to full health and continue to challenge any infantry that comes in there. We've also brought in 2 new Iglas. We've got the Su-24M cluster bomber coming in. Does get a lovely hit onto the M1A1. Leaves it on 1 health. I bring in my MiG. Try and take down the AH-1F. Gets caught by a fighting Falcon though, unfortunately. Yeah, we've managed to finally get a bridgehead over here. Sturm did fire away briefly there, but rocket went into the water. Fighting Falcon down again. NATO lost a lot of F-16 fighting Falcons this day, I'll tell you that much. Got some mortars coming in, engaging the T-64. They do manage to get a hit on target and take it out. My Igla squad's currently moving forwards, trying to take down the tow Cobras. And I've also now brought in a couple of these Strela ones as well to try and get their shots in. But the Igla strikes first. So yeah, not bad so far. We've managed to just trade really efficiently, and that's allowed me to get across here. But look at all the smoke, it's actually nuts. Yeah, meanwhile the rest of the map, look at this, there's so much going on. The far right here did really, really well. They're pushing all the way up into this sector. Like this was what, Kruger and Pink Mad Cow. Yeah, very nicely done. Sturm is across the river now. I moved it across so it could help us engage. Do get a lovely hit there into the M1 Abrams. There we go, M1 Abrams down, the Sturm doing the job. The extra range on this Sturm is very, very nice. Sapedi are currently being pushed on by these military police. I believe there was also engineers with flash launchers in there. So I was having to back up, sent forwards my BMP-1P to deal with the engineers at least. But unfortunately the M67 is going to kill off the BMP-1. And this is just really too much for my infantry to deal with. Sturm coming under heavy fire right now. from some cluster munitions. I do manage to fast move it up the road to escape. It's currently sitting on 1 health. Mi-24 coming back again for supply. I believe last time that it was here, it didn't actually resupply because I didn't land it, which was just as well because the M1A1 was there. I'm going to land it this time, get those Cocon-M missiles resupplied, and I'm going to try and do a runner here with the M113A2 supply, get that back to this location so I can fix up the Sturm, keep it supplied and so on. But yeah, my Motostrelki Metis, the Sapelli that were in there, they eventually all died. Cluster Bomber coming in again for another strike. Does manage to get away. And I've also got the Su-22M coming in for a bombing strike. I had 2 of them coming in. The first one, I changed its target too late, like the last second. That's why I had to do a big loop and come back round. Apache coming in though. That's going to be hit by my Igla once. It's going to be hit twice. Are we going to hit it 3 times? Yes, we are. Apache goes down. But so does my Su-22 M4. Complete mistake on my end. I meant to have that evac not come around for an attack onto the Apache. But, oh well. You can see I brought in a BMP-3. It's actually probably the first BMP-3 that I brought in this game, which is funny because the 39th has a lot of BMP-3s if you want them. But yeah, I finally have that in here. That's bringing in the Motostrelki leader. I was hoping to counter-cap Boris here. So I'm sneaking forwards to Grenza to see what we can see, and I'm going to be using the Mi-24V hopefully to engage the M1A1, but I've got to be really, really careful about this M41 or M48A1 as well. I'm going to be clustering the M1A1 there. My Su-24 is going to get away with that and gets the lovely kill. So now with that dead, I can move out the BMP-3 and we can start to engage these chaparrals. If I can get rid of the chaparrals, then the Mi-24 has a lot more liberty to just demolish everything that's left. So the BMP here, it does come in with 2 vet. If I unload the Motostrelki, it actually goes up to 3 vet. I probably should have done that a lot sooner. I just unloaded the Motostrelki into this tree line. My teammate does bring in a couple bombers. Does take out one of the chaparrals on the backside. I'm trying to go for this one, but Like's going to back it up. But currently across the map, as you can see, it's actually back to a +2 in favour of our opponents at the moment. Ku pushing in the mid here with Berman. And they've managed to take full control over Chariton and Ivan for now. So yeah, the enemy is getting back in this game. I do manage to get a shot there. Actually, that might be in the T-80. Gets a shot onto the M1A1. My BMP does go down, but I think I did take out the chaparral. Grenza's in trouble. My Motostrelki and Rotti just running for their lives. I was just trying to keep them alive so that I can then push back into that sector in a moment. Yeah, Mi-24 trying to sneak around into a better location to engage these mechanized rifles. If I can get the 122mm rockets on target of the mechanized rifles, it will absolutely annihilate them. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I've still got my artillery firing away, as you can see. Going to be trying to counter battery the mortars back here. I've definitely done a decent chunk of damage to them. Yep, Mi-24 firing away. Get those Cocon missiles. Wiggling their way into their target, and boom goes the M1A1. I love it when the turret flies off like that, it's so cool. Right, so yeah, we're doing pretty well, like pushing up on this left hand side. I definitely got a lot of kills, like particularly with aircraft and stuff. I've decided to invest in like these 3 Sapelli and the BTRs, and I've also got 2 664 BVs. I was really just gonna try and hammer it home on this left hand side. My Iglas here were doing very well. One of them's like really low on ammo though. My biggest mistake right now is not really having any supporting AA pushing with the Sapelli. which does make me very vulnerable to helicopter counterattacks. So that would be the main thing I'd be worried about. But this mechanized rifle, I'm trying to bomb it with the Su-24. Unfortunately, it gun runs it instead because I right-click it. But I managed to get this early unloaded, and they're going to take out the mechanized rifles. I'm actually going to end up capturing the M113. I'm going to try and get the M113 back to repair maybe the T-80U or something, but it gets taken out by the M1A1. I'm going to engage that with my two T-64 BVs, and we managed to just about kill that with the T-80U of Sturm Source before it nearly popped my T-64, but it missed. And with that in position, I'm able to move forwards with the command, and we would be capping the sector. But the game comes to an end as we managed to find a +1 elsewhere on the map. And yeah, that was really, really nice. Great game. We ended up with 4,719 kills to 2,345 losses. Sturm Source supporting me well with his aircraft, and then we also had John Connor there, who was doing a great job as well. Kruger, fantastic job with the 5,869 kills. That was the most kills in the game. Very, very nicely done. So yeah, in the end, T-64 BV did a number on the M2A2 Bradleys. These sort of IFVs that have A2GMs, like even BMPs, right? They suffer from medium armor quite a lot. I mean, T-64 BV is technically heavy armor, but medium armor is all the same. And so you've got to be really careful that you maintain your range and make use of the ITO at range to get the work done. But yeah, a lot of my kills came in from aircraft. You can see we killed like the Phantom 2s here. I killed a bunch of like fighting Falcons. And then this Grenzer somehow managed to kill the Stinger and engineers there. I don't know when that happened. But yeah, the MO-24V rocket. This is really nice helicopter. Killed the M1A1, killed the M901. I'm not a massive fan of the Kokon. I feel like it does move maybe a bit slowly. I'm not sure exactly how fast a Kokon moves in real life, but yeah, the same goes for like an Ito. Itos also seem to move slowly, but the Metis, check that out. Those two kills at the start were really important, and also the Kiowa. Like these 3 kills right here were basically the start of my advantage on the left-hand side, which eventually led to me being able to push across that bridge. Like without those kills, it would have been a lot harder. So yeah, really nice game. That we managed to actually get across the bridge was quite something in the end. I do feel like that map loop kind of restricts movement like that quite a lot, for sure. And it'd be interesting to see what happens when amphibious units get added. Because BMPs, for example, right, should be amphibious anyway. So eventually units will get amphibious traits. And then we'll see even more interesting dynamic gameplay on maps such as that. I'm really looking forward to that. But of course, this is early access. So that is still to come. But that is it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that 10v10. I will try and bring you guys another one if I can. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.